with Kane Park for the Sip at Kane, Cleveland Heights' first wine and beer festival, September 23rd from 2 to 8.
And welcome to the Pull-Up Experience podcast edition.
Yes, what's up, everybody?
Y'all see everybody. Y'all know the vibes. We got the OGs. We got the newbies. It's a whole vibe over here. It's our 150th episode.
150.
We are going over some of our favorite, greatest moments.
Let's toast to that. 150th.
As y'all can see, the 2U wines is pouring, and we are finna get into it. Now, we ain't gonna spill none of this wine, but we will spill the tea on everything that goes on with this podcast from A to Z. Everything that we do, y'all, we are going to break it down for you. I know y'all get a lot every week, but we're gonna kind of pull it back a little bit and really give y'all what y'all need to know when it comes to having a successful podcast, when it comes to having great collaboration, a wonderful team to support one another, and just vibes and energy. So without further ado, again, we're going to break it down from A to Z. And we're going to start today with the letter A. A is for aesthetics. And y'all see the blue walls. Y'all know exactly where we are. We are at 2U Wines, hosted by our very own Nakia Hudson. If y'all do not know, Nakia is a stickler when it comes to how we look on camera. So you can definitely tell the episodes where she had her input and where she really wanted to just come and snatch us. But she let us do our thing. Oh my goodness, from the tablescape to the wine. She really don't even let us drink it if it got a water stain on it. She does not play. But the blue backdrop, this is where we do majority of our episodes. It is where we come together for our community.
This is our second home.
It's our second home. Yes. And we really appreciate you. So,
but well, talking about, because I don't think they got a chance to see the people behind the camera or the people behind the scenes.
Let's do it. Introduction. Look at you.
I tried. You know what I'm saying? You've been gone for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, how about you go around and introduce us?
Absolutely. How about this? I'm gonna let you do this yourself. Because if anybody have seen the episodes, look at the man behind the camera. It is Mr. Steve Jackson, Alien Eyes, my brother.
Yes, I'm Steve Jackson of Alien Eyes Photos Media, photography and videography services.
The man
behind the camera of the Pull-Up Experience.
Absolutely. And then we got my sister Arlo. Y'all understand?
Y'all know we always looking for Arlo. Arlo is, look at this, in the flesh. In the flesh. She was with us from the beginning. She was behind the camera. She introduced us to Steve.
She did.
This young lady has had her hands on a lot of things and jobs around Cleveland with showing her talent and her artwork as far as what she does with the camera. She's super dope. She's been in film. She's been behind the scenes on film. She's been doing her thing and finishing school. You know, we have to support. We joke around when we say, where is Arlo? But we know where Arlo is. Arlo is getting that degree. She's perfecting her work, her craft, period. Introduce yourself, young lady.
Oh my. How you guys doing? This is the Pull-Up Experience. I'm with the Pull-Up Experience, having fun every time we all link up. And
that's right.
I'm Arlo. It's nice to meet you all.
And without further ado, we gotta introduce y'all to Mrs. Make It Happen. When y'all want to get on FaceTime,
come on.
Only one person that you tell, and that is our girl Michelle. When it comes to scheduling, and no, y'all cannot have her. Let's preface with that. But when it comes to getting us all the way together, keeping us together, calling, texting, emailing, reminding us, because you know how we are.
Man.
Yeah, she's definitely the secret sauce.
She all that, the bag of chips, the extra dip. Introduce yourself.
I'm Michelle Gaines. I am the Pull-Up Experience scheduler, producer, as they say, the glue. I don't know about that one, but I'm just doing my part. That's all. And I'm so happy and so grateful for them for letting me come in and join the team.
You saved
we
us,
grateful.
baby.
Yeah, you really did.
Yes.
You really
Shout out
did.
to MJM Virtual Assistant.
Period.
That's what's up.
Yes.
So yes, those are who you don't always see,
Yes.
but these are the ones who actually keep us going, put us
Absolutely.
together, get us all the way right, and always make sure that we are just what you need, especially for those who watch us and view us on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
We could not do it without them. Yes, we say it all the time, we a team, collaboration over competition.
Absolutely.
And when I tell you it starts at home, don't nobody have more family than us. This is our home.
I do
Right
it
here.
one time.
Yes.
That's real.
All right, so now we moving on to B, and this is my favorite part personally. It's the bloopers. It's so much stuff y'all do not see.
Oh.
One of my favorites is the fact that we operate with a whole lot of lights and ring lights in the back, and when we don't have Steve or Arlo, you definitely know, because we'll have to do like 2 or 3 takes, because Brandon trips over air every single time to get to the thing. Y'all know how he used to do the walk in from the camera? Legit.
Episode 1 through 70, you see my back to the camera and whatnot, you know what I'm saying?
It was
Shout out to my
ridiculous.
brother.
Shout out to the man.
Shout out to this man right here. Yeah.
Another blooper moment. I'm not gonna admit it, but so I heard, or you might hear. I used to be like the rapper of the crew. So anytime we used to do mic checks, I used to hit a quick thicket and about 3 or 4 bars to make sure that the mics was working right.
We gotta insert that in this part right here. Insert.
Make sure to drop
part,
those.
yeah.
those cops.
Okay.
You must.
Oh man, do y'all have any favorite bloopers, outtakes, stuff that they really don't see that just it don't make the camera, but it makes the night?
You probably definitely Brennan tripping over.
Yeah,
But
that's
like, it's
well,
the chord.
that's
Like
the-
every.
Well,
it's
don't
like
say it like every single time. You know what I'm saying? It's once in the blue moon.
But every time I
That
didn't hear, so.
Yeah. It's never that.
I would have to say how myself, I'm not going to say anybody else but myself, watching everything, like, no, you got to tuck that in. You gotta take a picture. It gotta be, we'll take a picture and I'll be like, absolutely not. Let's redo that, period. Mm-mm.
I know ultimate blooper, and this is in the very beginning when me and Marquita was recording, and we would have our episode with Nakia, and y'all probably heard this story many times, but it was the biggest blooper all time. We were recording, and this is why we do it in airplane mode. Everyone's airplane mode. That's a tidbit for y'all, Jim, right there. Because people call my phone, and when they called my phone, it interrupted the episode, and we weren't recording anymore. So we got this fire information, we got this fire gems being dropped, bag of diamonds, like my man Watt said, you know what I'm saying? And they did not record.
4 minutes worth of recording.
Yep. And then like Nakia said, we try to remake the magic. And it wasn't.
The magic. My interview that's uploaded is trash.
And it was
It's
actually
like
good, but it's
I
nothing
came in
compared to
reading the
original.
script. It's nothing like no.
Yeah. So,
We're gonna do that again one day.
you know
Maybe
what?
after the festival, we can do it.
You know what? Yeah, that's a fact. That's a
Yeah,
fact.
after the
Or
festival.
during the festival?
Well, we'll be there. We'll all be there. So yes.
Which, by the way, it's a great segue. You know what I'm saying? It's September 23rd.
September 23rd.
Kane
Yeah.
Park. Get your tickets online.
Yes.
Click the link below.
Yes.
The sipatcane.com. You can get your tickets. You can become a vendor. We got a great lineup. We got a great lineup of wineries, breweries,
Yes.
entertainment, food. It's gonna be amazing right here in our community. Cleveland Heights' first annual Sip
Yes.
at Kane.
That's what's up.
From 2 p to 8 p.
That's
Yeah.
All day. So y'all know where you find me.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Next, we're going to move on to letter C. Our favorite collaborations. Who did y'all enjoy collaborating with the most?
I want to talk about our favorite Caucasian lady, Beth. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
that
saying?
was a vibe.
That was a vibe.
That was a vibe, you know what I'm saying?
definitely
She
a
definitely
vibe. I
was.
We
enjoyed
invited her
her.
to the
Shout out to
cookout.
Beth. You know what I'm saying?
She's cool people. She's good people.
Absolutely. And not only that, when we did our 50th episode, back when we did our 50th episode, we were able to use the oak room, and she was a big part of that. So thank you, Beth,
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
for
Appreciate
always
you,
collaborating,
Beth.
pull up, and supporting us.
And speaking of which, Beth is also a supporter of the Sip at Kane. She's a sponsor for the Sip at Kane. So
That's what's up.
much love to Beth.
Awesome.
Much love.
Who else we got?
I would say
I'm
all of
trying
us
to
collectively.
think.
Like, we have individual brands and businesses.
Yeah.
So I say us collectively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
That's
It
a fact.
like
It is the biggest collab of all. I like it too. Yes.
I'm greedy, so I'm gonna say my favorite is the 4.
Dang.
When it
Oh,
comes
yeah.
to doing anything,
She's right,
my
she's
girl
right.
Rhonda puts
Rhonda.
us all the way
Yeah,
together.
she does.
Yeah.
She
She
rolled with whatever idea. She had a quesadillas ready to roll.
Man,
TT in the kitchen. I
Yes.
love collaborating
Yes.
with the
It's been a minute, right?
Yes.
you gotta get back, man.
Rhonda does put us together, period. No
Yeah.
questions asked. She's like, when do you need it done?
Yep.
When do you want to be here? On top of it.
Yes.
Yes.
That's true.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
Rhonda.
Amazing. That
We
salmon
appreciate you,
Alfredo,
sis.
Oh my
Man.
gosh. Oh my gosh. Every time.
Oh, I love it.
Well, I want to shout out Three's Company with those bums. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite episodes, but that was a good
That was a
collaboration.
great collaboration.
Shout out to them brothers. You know what I'm saying? Bringing up those old memories. You know what I'm saying? Very hilarious episode. What episode was that? I can't remember. That was.
Ooh, I don't know. It was a while back though.
Very funny.
I like the click too. I had a good time with the click interview.
The Lick.
The lick.
The
Yeah,
Lick, yeah,
so
yeah,
we
yeah.
make sure y'all go check
Oh,
her out.
You like who? Wait a minute. Wait.
No, the Lick was
You know what?
dope.
I just
Yeah.
watched Stoney's post about them getting together and they did the basketball at Grafton Prison and it was their clique getting
Oh,
together.
wow.
It was the Lick, it was a few other people, but Stoney had them come out. They did a basketball thing at Grafton and they said they had a great time. Her whole little crew and they had a good time. That's what I was thinking
so
of.
dope.
Yeah. Stony too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Stone.
Stony was
Stoney.
a good one.
I love it.
Who
We got
else?
some dope.
We have. So
No, you know
I
my
almost forget who
favorite,
I was-
our first one, Umbar.
Umbar.
She
Shout
was
out
the
to Umbar.
first person who gave us
Yes.
a chance. We did an
Shout out to
event
Umbar.
there before we even started the podcast.
Yes.
And the only reason we have the podcast today is because we went in there, we got some smoothies, we had like some vegan hot dogs and stuff. We went straight in there just to go support. Right before our event, we went to go meet each other and collaborate. And they jumped on the pull-up experience train like no other. Like I said, we were able to host our event. We had conversations. So many people overheard our natural conversation that they suggested we start a podcast.
Yeah.
So we started recording that day, and that's how the pull-up experience was birthed. And we've just been rolling ever since.
It was something different because it was something different having the speed network and I had never experienced anything like that and it was like, okay, everybody's sharing their information and I felt like those people are still involved and still
Absolutely.
come to
Everybody
our
who comes.
events
Yeah.
and still watch
Yeah.
and still, it was great from the beginning for sure.
No, absolutely. And I think about the majority of people who were at that event. I think we might interview them already.
Yeah.
Or have been a part of the pool.
Yeah.
Or been
Or
a part
came
of
to the
it.
dating game.
Yeah.
So yeah, God is good, man.
Mm-hmm.
This podcast is like you said. This is the greatest collaboration of them all, and it shows that. Kind of when me and Marquita sat down initially, we literally was saying like, man, we want to put something together that no one's ever done. We want to be able to showcase people who don't normally get the shine. You know what I'm saying? We want to show people that collaboration is possible. You know what I'm saying? And this is. And we here, you know what I'm saying? 150 episodes
Man,
later.
happy.
50 episodes
Y'all
in.
showed it.
Yeah, we showed.
Yeah.
Listen, if I can say one thing the guests say, they say, shout out to Michelle. They say this is
They want her so
amazing.
bad, and no, she is
They
not.
really do. They really do.
No.
But they say it's professional, and they say no one's ever done nothing like this. No one's doing this or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So we blazing the path that I feel like that can't be reciprocated. Y'all can try, but ain't gonna be the same sauce. You know what I'm saying?
And you know, I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah,
I'm
you know,
gonna
you know,
let you know
yeah.
and remind you every single time. Can't nobody sing like Eddie Kane. Which brings me to letter D, our dating game. When it comes to events, we are unmatched for creativity.
Yeah.
Now, though we did not start the dating game, we definitely transformed it when it came to entrepreneurship because everybody spoke on how it's so hard to be a boss and date and have that life.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we decided to bring a whole lot of our single friends together, and if nothing else, it was a great date for those who were in relationships to come out, network, share some tips, get a couple of laughs, have some 2U wines with your ticket. It was a whole vibe, and we did it all after 4 a few times. But how did y'all feel about the dating game? What are some of y'all favorite moments from the dating games?
There's so many.
But I was gonna say it's just the whole thing is just hilarious.
Yeah.
It's hilarious for everybody that the questions that come about and the answers.
Man.
The answers. It's just the whole thing. The hosts have been fantastic.
Yeah.
It's just been a great. I love that part of it. I love the dating game.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite events.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's different. You can get a laugh, but you can also learn some of the ins and outs of being with an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Which, by the way, Brittany said she's gonna be a contestant this year, y'all. So you know.
Hey.
Sweetest day. I'm
Sweet
telling you,
day.
we got stuff for y'all
Yes.
all year round, whether in person or online. We got y'all. My personal favorite is, I think the first time we did it, we went around the room and everybody took out their phones and followed everybody in the room. So business just boomed for everybody, and that was one of the bigger things people took away. Like, I love that y'all did that because we went away with something, and the more we talked to each other, the more everybody was like, okay, cool. I also loved, like, one of our contestants had like 6 baby mamas or something like that. It was funny.
We don't say who.
No, you know what I'm saying?
And
If you
then
watch the episode, you'll see though.
I loved the fact that the next times around we were able to get businesses that we supported or that have been on the show that
Absolutely.
were able to sponsor dates and gifts and things for the
Yeah, it was
contestants.
nice.
So it wasn't just them going on, just us, collaborating and networking and trying to find somebody. We were able to actually send people on dates and make sure that they enjoyed each other and see if they could make a connection. That was dope.
Like a true date.
Yeah. It was fun. I loved it.
And I want to say this because I love that our progression, it only gets bigger and better with each event. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we run out of space.
Yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying? That's how we get down to pull up. You know what I'm saying? We pulling up. We pulling up
Y'all
right.
pull up on us, yeah. Next, I had y'all, for edification. Now, one thing we always talk about are the intros, and one thing that makes our intros better than any other podcast, I'm just claiming it, is the fact that we are able to see the greatness in all of our guests. We can tell you what they doing, how they doing it, how long they've been doing it, and really remind them how dope they are, because we got some amazing people. So for me, I love to do the intros and ask some of the questions because it's a reminder that you are not alone in the process. You get to edify these people. You get to sometimes big them up and sometimes pull your chest up and remind you how dope you are, right? So what are some of y'all favorite moments when it comes to edification, or one that sticks out to me the most? What's his name that asked me to do his eulogy?
Talking about Cloud?
What's our hugger?
Who?
The one we had a moment and he wanted me to do a
Sterling.
Yeah,
Sterling.
I really love
Sterling.
that
Shout out to
one.
Sterling, man.
I thought that was dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
super
good.
nice.
That's one
I was
of my
gonna leave
moments for
Brandon
sure,
and
too.
Nakia and go with positive energy, y'all, because he was super nice to me. Brandon be hating on Nakia only halfway see me, and she be like, "I'll just drop it off the keys." So I was ready to leave them that day. It's like, you know what? I'm appreciating.
But I want to take a moment. I want to give, AKA Eddie Kane, AKA Victoria, AKA Miss Marquita. I don't give her flowers because no one does it like Marquita. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Hands
I
down. You know what I'm
absolutely
saying?
agree.
These people leave like literally saying like, I didn't know I did all that. You know what I'm saying? And what they don't know behind the scenes, Marquita just looked at their background 10 minutes.
Like, right, that's the thing.
And-
Like,
and
she's
pulled out
on
and
top of it.
And pulled out all these things though. You know what I'm saying?
And remembers every detail.
Still
of it.
trapped.
Yeah.
First chat GPT.
Yeah, exactly. Facts.
Right.
Hold on, let me hit that one time. That's real.
Right. For sure.
Yeah, no, and like I said, the guests, they look at her like, hey, you got all that and whatnot?
You
Not
could-
knowing, she just looked at it, you know what I'm saying? But imagine she had the whole thing, you know what I'm saying? She's dangerous woman, you know what I'm saying?
I be watching y'all. I really like the majority of the stuff y'all do. I really enjoy doing it, and I just be wanting to share more than just the marketing of the business. Sometimes, we buy the people before we buy the person every single time. So it's nice for people to be introduced to who you are as a person on top of your products and services, because then it's like guaranteed we're going to continue to support you and not just your business.
And I think one of the great things we do with the podcast, we edify the person and then we edify what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? No matter if you got 5 followers or 5 million followers, you got value that's gonna add to our audience. We're gonna appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's always been a secret sauce. That's why everyone wants to come back.
Yeah, because everyone has a story,
Absolutely.
of how they got there, and that's what makes people be able to relate. Everybody has a story. Everybody got here or got to their business in some way, shape, or form that's relatable.
Absolutely. And I think that's why everybody would love our podcast. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to bigger a podcast, you know, but I really feel like that's our secret sauce because once again we understand like entrepreneurship is a journey. You know what I'm saying? And I love the fact we have had people come on too, twice, 3 times. You know what I'm saying? And they just get gooder and gooder. You know?
Ooh, you was doing so good with the vocabulary.
I did on purpose. I did on purpose.
Better. This was so fun. These are bloopers on this.
I really thought you had a word of the day.
I did on purpose, alright? I did on purpose, y'all.
You need a lexicon.
We have a lot of those moments now. We might not have to trip over the board moments a lot, but those.
Because Brandon think a thesaurus is a dinosaur. Like, you don't gotta be scared of it, bro. It's still around and it exists.
I did on purpose, y'all.
We gotta mess with Brandon. We must.
It wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be an episode.
It would not be episode. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I love y'all, man.
So this is the one that I've been waiting to hear all episode. We had letter F, and I want to know everybody's favorite episode. What was y'all favorite?
We're sorry, you Arlo.
Oh, finally.
That's right. Put it right on you, Arlo.
Yes.
The all bomb episode. I'm gonna say it every time because you
Shout
know
out
me,
to Kim.
and I love you and your husband so much. Your business is awesome.
Yes.
And it's lotions
Indeed.
and hair products and skin products, man. She's just awesome. The vibe was awesome. It was crazy. Like, it was in here and it was like a crazy night, and it's just awesome. She was really nice, you know.
She's a beautiful person.
Spoke
Her and
beautifully
her
about
husband.
her business, and when they got to like our 50th episode, I'm pretty sure they were a vendor there.
Yeah.
But yes, they are amazing, and I hope I get to buy some of their products.
Got some in the
Come
back,
on,
girl.
Kim. Yeah.
Shout out to Kim and Brian,
Some in the
man.
back.
Shout out to them, man.
All right. I know my favorite episode. It's difficult to pinpoint the best one because I enjoy all of the guests and all of them bring something to the podcast that, you know, we absolutely need. But being with you guys is the best part of the podcast.
Oh,
So
come on, man. I ain't got time for this today. I ain't got time today.
My favorite podcast is the 50th episode at Tower City in the Oak Room. I felt like we've arrived. I felt like, you know, I always felt like this is something special. But having 50 episodes, working under a man who worked us to the bone. You know, we were recording twice a week. We thought this was normal. We thought this is what we do. So we had Jeff Brown on, and he was like, "Yeah, I record
once a year.
Like I'm Joe Jackson, bro.
You know,
like I'm Joe Jackson.
But that episode, you know, us being there, having people come and support us, you know, people, past guests, people who wanted to be guests, come and support us and enjoy the celebration with us. I loved that. I love that. Now, like I said, we've had some amazing guests. We've had some emotional moments, some funny moments, some always jewels drop. Always. You can always learn something from one of these episodes. But that one, you know, just solidified that I'm around a great group of people, you know, and genuine people, a great group of genuine people, and yeah, that was it right there for me.
Okay. So I have a funny and like a favorite. The funny was Barry Cloud. Laughing like the whole entire time. Before filming, during, after. He was hilarious. Very, very funny. Favorite. I don't know the number, but it was really recent. It was with Tiara Banks and Dan Banks.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was a very great episode only because they're showing how to work as a unit with your partner, with you guys on having your own stuff going on, you know, not losing yourself in that person, what some people can do sometimes in relationships. So I thought that was really great. That's something I definitely want to aspire to do. So that was definitely, I feel like, my favorite. They were great.
Okay, so I got two. My favorite, like out of everybody. So I liked Brian B. Titty, the comedian.
Yes.
I wasn't there for that episode.
I did.
But we filmed it at his office. It was a very transparent, different side of him because you expect to just get, you know. You expect to just get joke after joke after joke. And he bought he humanized the idea of being a comedian and being in the industry, and how he really worked his way up and didn't have like a limit of what he would do, even at door-to-door sales, and you know, bringing it all the way back and letting us know letting us know, you know, his whole like origin story. I thought that was pretty dope to see a different side of him, because otherwise you just see somebody who is, you know, always trying to entertain you, and it was so entertaining in a different way. So that was the one I really regretted missing. My favorite, like, I was here for, and it was just for the heart for me. We did Kat and Jason Hines, and I remember before she filmed, she did not want to really film. She was so nervous. Wow. And when we started the conversation, we always talk about, you know, don't be nervous. It's a conversation about elevation. And we poured some TPUE. We sat down with her and her husband, and she just got to telling us like about how dope she is. Like we started with the intro, like always, reminding you who you are. Now this is our truth juice.
If you don't want to open it all the way up, and refuse the glass. Refuse it.
Because that's how we got serenaded the last episode. Yeah. She did not want to sing. So she had some.
But
I really, and to see
you don't want to open all the way
up.
Shout
out to Diva Shay. That was Diva
it goes down. But she was one of those people who was so nervous, and by the end of it, like, we cried happy tears. But to see her today and all the way she posts and all of her different exhibitions,
she has
her business,
absolutely.
Oh my God, Kim's like that as well. Like, they're just so open to the experience after being here. And those are my favorite episodes, when people trust the process. It's no longer about us or them. They just allow what needs to be said to come out of their mouth, and then just let God use them for real. And I really just enjoyed hers. That's my very favorite episode.
I love that. Can I just interject that you touched on just trusting the process? Because I think that's the main question after I get them scheduled and everything. What are the questions going to be? Because they're so nervous of like, what is going to happen? What do I need to say and everything like that? So I'm so happy that Brennan is on there. So he just, you know, reassure him, like, you know, it's going to just flow. You know, I'll touch on this and this and that. And we just going to, it's just going to be like a genuine type of just conversation. So,
I love that part.
All right, I think I'm like you. I have two favorites. One just came to my mind. First off, Larice Cornell. His was dope. Just the way that he kind of just his upbringing and, you know, everything, his journey to get to where he got to. It wasn't an easy one, but I just love the fact that he like really just pours back out to the city. You see his face just about everywhere, and he really is doing his thing. So, you know, just that was a phenomenal story. It had me in tears. That was the first time ever in an episode I literally had real tears that I could not hold back, and I usually do really well with that, but not the episode. So shout out to Larice. We're getting ready to have his wife pretty soon too.
She's coming on.
It's gonna be dope too. Secondly was Pastor Judah and his wife Tiffany. I absolutely loved their episode because it really helped to bring love and entrepreneurship together and help us just to see. So kind of similar to your thing where they just kind of make it work, you know, and putting God first. So those are my two favorites.
Man, let's see. So this is hard because I'm not trying to boast it when I've been for every episode.
He did miss one.
It don't count. It don't count.
The camera messed up. He did miss one.
It don't count. But I say that to say is that we have so many great episodes, right? But I'm gonna be selfish. I'm gonna say the first episode because it started all this. You know what I'm saying? And we have two first episodes. Let me
let's just
clear it up because we had one where we shot on bar, very, very terrible. But you know what I'm saying, it just got us in the mold, you know what I'm saying, and once again, it made me and Marquita be like, okay, we can do this, you know what I'm saying. And then shout out to Genova. I remember calling Genova. I'm like, Genova, I need you to come on the podcast. She's like, what? I'm like, yes, come on the podcast. And I remember calling Marquita like, we gonna meet Genova at her spot. We gonna do it. Man, by the way, thank you, brother, because we got a chance. I broke the tripod.
He did.
I did. I broke the tripod. I think I had the laptop. I had the laptop behind us recording the audio. It was a hot mess, man.
That was the Dame Dash or Jay-Z. I remember that one. So fun fact, Genova is actually how me and Brandon met. So,
Absolutely.
you know, I'm just a dope entrepreneur, period.
Shout out to the plug. She's the plug.
You know, then there's Brandon for whatever reason. He exists. But Genova was one of my clients, and she actually put Brandon on to like, hey, you should follow her. And yeah, he reached out, and bam, here we are today. So it's always going to be Genova.
Shout out to Genova.
Oh, 150.
150, brother.
Man.
So that means like we're 2 years in, right?
2 years in,
yeah.
yeah.
So that's like what, a little over 4.5.
He's working math.
You working on it? Cook then.
It's hard to choose, but I would definitely say Angel Jacobs.
Oh yeah.
She always brings
a
powerful speaker every time she speaks. You know?
Both episodes.
It's an honor to have her on the podcast. Kyle Early.
Oh yeah.
It took me back when the bottle moved.
Oh yeah, the ghost. I forgot.
That was very unique.
Legit.
It was
Okay.
not a ghost.
Look, y'all, it's like 28 minutes in and 32 seconds because you got to keep rewinding it. It goes like this, and then it just goes, man, nobody moves. Nobody touches it. They try to play like trying to make Houdini magic. It was the Lord. And what's so crazy, everybody with Pastor Kyle, everybody in his congregation who has been on our show is dope. Angel, Sharita, Sade, all of them. Like, I don't know what he be spitting, but it's definitely facts. And, oh my God.
He's spitting some gems too.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
he did. That was a great episode.
I would say Bashir Jones. Oh my God.
Oh man. By the way, that was our longest episode ever. By the way.
It's like 3 hours.
It still holds the record. By the way.
Wow.
Someone come close, but no one has held the record.
I came out of semi-retirement for that one.
You did.
Bashir has something to say. Bashir has something to say.
Yeah, it was meant to be heard too. Bashir was one of our main people when we said we started.
Yeah.
It was him, Larice, like a couple of heavy hitters in the city.
Our hit list.
Yeah, we've been knocking it down.
Yeah, we have.
So thank y'all for coming. That's crazy. Okay, so G, you know, people give to us all the time, but one big thing we did was give back to the community. And I truly, truly, truly love and appreciate how we all came together for the teen entrepreneurs and really made that happen doing that youth entrepreneur program. That was something big for us as adult entrepreneurs and being able to pour in them for about 8 weeks or so we stood with them. We did pop-up shops. We talked about their marketing plans. Yeah, we really went out of our way to give back to the community. But I definitely wanted to highlight Tori and his wife for even, you know, putting it out there and giving us the opportunity to say, hey, can you guys come and be coaches? You know, the whole team. That was such a great feeling for us. And we became family after that with the kids and with their parents. Like, I think that was just a dope experience.
Shout out to Sinji, and we won. I just want to put out on the record, you know what I'm saying? We
Y'all
won.
did.
And that's my little brother right there. He hits me up, you know what I'm saying? We still like this. You know,
I'm gonna make a place at the festival for the teens as well,
shut that out.
so that they can have something to look forward to vend. You know, somewhere that they can vend, where they're gonna have a lot of people present and they can perfect their craft. And the young entrepreneurs, it's like, you know, to have them that young and they have that energy and that hunger to work for themselves, it's just amazing. So I'm definitely gonna have the teens at the festival.
I love it.
For sure.
So go get y'all waist beads, because the real winners, you know, y'all seen it. Y'all seen the snippets. Y'all know what table to go to. Don't worry. It's going to still be that lit.
You know what? I'm not trying to plug, but I am going to plug. I'm not going to say I forgot, but I've been so crazy lately that I didn't post that this year wine is going to be added to the Taste of Black Cleveland.
Oh,
And the participating wines are Hudson Wines, Decor 8 Wines, Vitamin Candy Wines, St. Sadler Wines, and TPUE Wines. We'll be present at the Taste of Black Cleveland. You guys come on out, taste some good food, see what we have to offer in the city, some great wine. It's going to be a really good time at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse on August 10th.
Okay. All right.
My favorite part, y'all know I love to laugh. So now we getting into H, the hilarious moments.
Oh,
what are some of y'all tickled me to death moments on this podcast? Because I got a few.
Come on, y'all let them come back to Arlo. What you got, Arlo?
I'm sorry to do this, but every time, like, when I had first got with y'all, Brandon would hold up the phone at the end of the interview and that would straight kill me. But then he would do it for the events too, so like we'd be out in public, it just y'all trying to get it out. Like,
Brandon never wear lotion. He got this light skin complex.
Man,
like he
what?
don't think he be ashy. And this little seat here will always be super crusty. And he try to do selfies, but he's old, so like it's always in the picture. You look like a Johnson & Johnson.
But I love that though. But that's.
I appreciate y'all. That's cool.
I stick around, you know. I stick around for that. You know, I love the interviews, but Brandon, you make it, man.
I'm trying to tell you that you old.
You make it, brother.
I know. It is. It is. Appreciate you, Arlo.
So you be having up to the face selfies too.
Yeah.
It was rough in the beginning. We really had to like scout them and then beg.
Yeah.
We begged Nakia first. We were like scheming on Nakia.
We never called the bag, y'all.
After
we never
her
called the bag.
unrecorded episode, we were like up. We didn't leave till like midnight that night.
And
we were texting like, dang, should we buy her flowers or should we just pull up?
We like, we can't give her wine. She makes wine.
Yeah, we were really trying to scheme on her. And then we found Arlo. I'm like, hey, I need somebody like really good. And Angie was like, yeah, sure, I'll try it. Why not? I'm in school, you know. And yeah, she put us on. She bought a sleeve. She really like changed our whole game. You could tell by like episode 11, it totally switched. And yeah, that's all due to Arlo.
And I remember Michelle. I was at my mama's house. Michelle, like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, man, these podcasts, man. This podcast, man. And she's like, what you need help with? I'm like, man, I didn't schedule these people and double booking. Again, stuff, you know.
The double book master. I was like, we was always like, this is embarrassing, and then we have to tell them that we have to reschedule. And like when Michelle came along, when I say it cleaned all the way up, clear.
And shout out to Brittany for like randomly just jumping in and just sticking with it, because we all was just like, we don't take a little minute to ourselves. And Brandon called Brittany like, can you just come today and maybe next week? And then that just lasted for like 75 episodes.
He asked me, could I guest co-host one episode,
and then trickled down.
And I found out it was two.
Oh,
and then I pretty much
started getting my email. She started getting
Brandon was like,
put her on. Okay, I'm about to send her all of these. She was like, oh, that was you sending me? I said, Brandon told me to do it. I thought you knew.
So put her above my head, Joe Jackson.
He was trying to be gooder.
It worked though.
But you're right.
Shout out to Brittany because she did it.
It's all thanks to God, because I told God if opportunities present themselves to me and I feel as though it's something that I want to do and I feel like he's telling me to do, I'm going to do it. And I've always, ever since we've been in my office, remember it started, when you told me that this is what you want to do, I said, oh, that's going to be a hit.
You did.
That was before I even became, one of the interviews. I was like, oh, that's going to be a hit.
So you was gang in the beginning. So
right. So yeah. It all worked out. And now I got to be a part of the family.
You got a podcast coming out, right?
I'm about to say, nice segue.
Put it up. Come
you got a
on.
podcast coming out, right?
Yes, August 6th, y'all. I'm dropping Beauty Told. And please follow me on Instagram. YouTube channel coming soon. But August 6th is when it's dropping. I can't wait. First episode will be Not Your Average Agent. Guest starring in it. And it's going to be a real good episode, y'all. So stay tuned.
Make sure y'all tune in. The link will be in the description below.
Yes. Absolutely.
We're going to make sure it's in the show notes.
All right.
Ooh. Why y'all looking at me?
Did the wine hit you?
My hilarious moment is you know, before we even get to the car and actually get home safe, the episodes are up. So people will be like, you know, when y'all gonna edit this? When y'all gonna put it out? And it's like, oh no, don't even, don't blink. You know, if you go to sleep, it'll be there. Don't worry. That is my hilarious moment because it happens every single time. People think I be playing all the time. I be serious, and for whatever reason, everybody thinks this banter between me and Brandon is jokes. We be for real.
We be for real.
We be dead serious.
We be dead serious.
Yeah, Brandon is getting it in on it. He wants to make sure. I told you he worked us.
Yeah.
He worked
He really
us, but
took
then
this
he
complexion
really
thing. I
takes
wasn't doing it on the house, you know, field type of thing, but
He
we figured it
definitely
out.
makes sure that he gets the episode. He wants everyone to see right away.
No
It's for
edits.
y'all. It's for you.
Definitely
for
no
y'all.
edits or anything. It's going up.
now.
Excuse me, y'all. The edits have gotten better.
Yeah.
We got intro now. We got an outro.
Promo clips and all that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, our edit has got much better. You know what I'm saying? Production's got much better, y'all.
Okay.
See, what's your moment, man? I'm gonna be here.
What was the one with the brothers with the podcast?
Three's
Three's Company. Oh, that was
That's my favorite.
Oh,
It
man.
is because I could not stop laughing.
Yeah.
Man.
I could not stop laughing the whole
And you
time.
know what's so funny? It so happened that the episode was hilarious. Y'all talking about me. You know what I'm saying?
He was ready to throw that dirt.
I know. They were just funny though, Brandon. I know you were the butt of the joke. Most
I
of the
mean,
time.
busted a nut that day.
I should have named the episode "The Roast of Brandon Gates." 'Cause
That
that's what
was
it was.
hilarious.
But you know we love you though.
It was
That's
so
the thing.
honest.
Right.
It was just honest memories. That's all, y'all.
That's
It was
the
not
thing.
roasting.
You know we love you. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she said, Barry Cloudy was hilarious. I love
Oh man, I should put a parental advisory on the episode.
Oh, sure. It was
Yeah.
bleep, 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 bleep. And yeah. And bleep, bleep, bleep.
I know. We just went. Look,
And then-
they started, and then I followed behind them. I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
we're free today."
Yeah.
It was all
I've been
over
waiting
that
for this
day.
moment. I've been waiting for this moment.
I'm sure.
And he was not shy about his
Man.
hand at all. And
No,
I think that was the
I
part that
think
he was
that's
like,
what it was when he
Yeah.
broke the ice with that. I think it was funny when we did the whole Beth cookout thing, and she's like, "Well, where is it? Like, honey, we don't have a secret. We don't do that no more. We
Oh. Man,
that
I
was
don't know
hilarious.
what my favorite one is.
Oh,
I mean,
goodness.
the most hilarious one. Man, I remember this young lady right here.
Brittany?
No, you.
Oh my
You.
God.
I can't remember what episode it was, but I promise we had like a rank session. Me and Marquis, we was going back and forth,
Yeah,
back and forth.
I
We're
don't know
like,
why you want to do this. This is not what you want.
the guest was like, "We're gonna do this right here." We're like, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, we gotta get back to the episode." Or whatnot.
Yeah.
Anyways, yo.
We was going back. I can't remember what episode it was though. but I
It was the episode right after we had our first dating game because I wore my signature
Oh,
yellow suit.
yeah. I
And Brandon
forgot.
gonna say Jim Carrey wore it better than the man. And that's what started it.
Oh.
Acting like, and he
That
had
was-
a nerve having a red shirt and khakis like he wasn't
Yeah, I
looking
forgot.
like
Yeah.
fake from
Come
State
on.
Farm. That's where it started.
I don't
Not
do this
fake
all.
from State Farm. Never fake
Oh,
from
my
State
God.
Farm.
It was given too much. You like a good neighbor.
I don't do that. I'll edit out later, y'all. Y'all not gonna see that right
But that's, I don't remember who the person was, but they were like, they couldn't even control it. They were just in the middle like,
there. Yeah, we going ham. We
the
going
kid's
ham.
like, yep, I'm the referee. This is what we do every episode. Twice a week for 2 episodes on Tuesday, 2 on Thursday, sometimes Sunday. Yeah.
Right.
It was a lot.
Oh.
Y'all not gonna have me look like Joe Jackson in here, okay?
A whole Joe Jackson.
That's what it sounded like. Oh,
It
my
was.
Lord.
A whole one.
Oh my God, I think I still got lashes on my head.
Hence the reason why we chill. But you know what? They still. And hence the reason why we kind of chill, just because it's just a
I need
lot.
a break.
It's
We
a
absolutely,
Apparently.
what they say, earn your leisure. We absolutely earned our leisure.
Yeah,
lot.
absolutely.
It's time to
It's a
chill,
lot.
for
It's
sure.
a lot.
No, shout. No, like, I want everyone to generally understand. It takes a lot to make a podcast.
It
It's not
does.
easy work.
Especially when you're in high demand. I think that's
No,
the
facts.
gift of it all. It's a blessing,
And
but
yeah,
sometimes it be a stressing. But
absolutely.
for sure, the fact that everybody sees it and they're like, my turn next, or I want to
Yeah.
come back, I got more to say.
Absolutely.
That is a lot. It's a testament to just
Blessing.
how amazing as a group we are. And I love that about us, period. Because there's a lot of
Yeah.
people who want to be
We-
like the king.
Thank you. Because Steve's absolutely right. everyone who's on the waiting list or who's waiting to get on, just know it's not personal.
It's on the way.
It's on the way. So if we tell you all the way to November, it's not because we don't like you. You know what I'm saying?
Truly out to that.
The show will tell you. Okay.
Remember Maria said it at her. She like, I'm a celebrity. You still was on 6 to 9 months. Yeah, like, we couldn't get you. That's how bad our schedule was. Yeah.
Like it's not personal, man. Y'all see the DMs, man. Oh my goodness. They're like, oh, for real, it's like that. You not gonna have me on? Like, bro. Like, and I'm like, y'all want to get on? Then it's going, you know what I'm saying? We can get you on. You know what I'm saying?
Even Tierra said that she was like, she scheduled a whole year ago. So that was like last June or something like that. And they just was on like a couple weeks ago.
No, it's real. It's real. So you know what I'm saying? Because once again, we don't live and breathe the podcast. We all got family.
We definitely do, especially this one.
But we don't live and breathe. But I think that you do an excellent job at making sure
because your consistency is
for sure.
It's unmatched. It's unmatched.
It's not Brandon.
Oh, come on.
Because I'm gonna say this. So when we found out the sneaky stuff he was doing with the 2 days a week, we decided to go down. We were like, okay.
Can't sell your home and tired of carrying that load? Drop the house. Gutter Properties will buy your house as is with offers up to $300,000. Need serious repairs, liens, taxes, or judgments? We'll work through your unique situation to get that house off your back. During your free, no-obligation appraisal, we maintain social distancing and take every precaution to ensure your experience is safe. Drop the house. Gutter Properties. Call us or visit gutterproperties.com today.
Okay, well, we're going to do 1 day a week, and we're going to do it every other week. That's how we're going to run the show. And we'll do, if we need to do 2 episodes that day, then we'll do it like that. That's what we broke it down to. Brandon, but Brandon, the list is so long, and I'm not, seriously. The list is so long to where that broke down again, and it was like, okay, well, we're still gonna do it. It's still 2 days a week and 2 people on one of the days, so that's 3 interviews a week.
Yeah,
that's 3 interviews a week. That's a lot. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. And thank you, Brittany, and all of the special guests, previous guests that have come on, and been part of the crew and interview. That was love. Like Brandon reached out to previous guests, and you've been guest host. That's love. Like I'm like, oh. Such and such on this guy. That's good stuff. Like I think sometimes I think it may be hard to come up with content. We have the content for the show because we have all of you. And like I said, everybody has a story. But there's some changes that happen and it's still good. Even the changes that happen is still great. Everything is still great. People are still watching. Keep going with the list because I know we coming to that, so I'm not going to break into that right now.
You know what I'm saying? I want to say something because Marquita, y'all, I don't think y'all understand. Marquita is hilarious. Marquita was like,
what you trying to say?
Yeah, no.
Take me for a joke.
No, I'm just saying though, because I remember I was talking to her on the phone because me and Marquita having a private conversation.
Yeah, we have honest conversation. This is my brother for real.
And we talking, she's like, remember when Roxy and Free were doing one in the park or whatnot? Remember AJ and Free? And I'm like, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But no, y'all haven't faltered. You know what I'm saying?
We got a great little transition. It's a good transition. It's different, but it's
such a blessing.
Yeah. My next on the list was the investment. So one thing I will give you flowers for, bro, is you definitely invested in this podcast. Because, again, we really had like a 0.5 episode. You couldn't hear the audio. The lights was dim. And y'all know, I mean, Mellow Yellow was cool. But y'all know, I got a little melanin. So it was not what it was supposed to be. The angles wasn't hitting the way it was supposed to hit. And we've gotten so good with investing in our team, investing in our background. We got a couple little lights. Some people done broke like 4 ring lights, but we're not going to point any elbows for sure. But let's talk about that. We even got something in the back that got a little names on it.
Hey, listen. So Marquita's
stickers on it.
Marquita's trying to be funny though because I remember calling calling her up like, hey man, I'm trying to make this thing or whatnot. She's like, no, that's horrible. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm like,
he's not a graphic designer at all.
No, not at all. That's her.
For sure. That's definitely not his forte.
And y'all just don't know because I call my kid for everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, my kid, look at this right here.
Yeah,
no.
I just stop answering.
Stop. Y'all are not about to make me look like the wine drinker, even though I am.
I'm gonna sip because as y'all know,
I need everybody to take a sip
so
right now. I need everybody to take a sip right now.
So everybody today is drinking this strawberry summer solstice. It has a nice lemon back, tasting almost reminiscent of a strawberry lemonade.
Yes,
y'all, it will be featured when we have this wine festival at Kane Park on September 23rd. But if you know, like I know, y'all say it's a black rum. It's the Beneficial Bay Cabernet right here in the center. This is my very favorite.
I miss that, man.
Right here. I do. Right. I endorse the whole experience. We still have wine slushies. We still have so many other things. You can come get a bottle. You can come and do a tasting and get a flight. When I tell y'all TPUE Wines is the place to be, 4425 Mayfield Road, South Euclid, Ohio, 44121. Make sure you come through and tell the Beneficial Bay sent you.
All right.
The greatest, man. Come on, man. The greatest.
Everybody know home. Everybody know home.
I'm gonna drink today.
Okay, so I had Jay for jokes. Now we talked about hilarious episodes, but what are some of the things you absolutely remember?
Jake from State Farm.
Jake from State Farm is absolutely State
Come on, Steve.
He is
my brother.
For me, I don't mention it because I was gonna say the mask. Like it was so good, I didn't have to come back in the group chat, and it was like 4 days. It took me 4 days to come up with State Farm.
She been, hey, listen, talking about y'all, she been in the group chat since then. She left.
I totally left. Changed my number. It was
Man, he had to put you out there like
he said, you just mad because Jim Carrey wore that suit better. And it just blew me so bad. Because I was like, damn, that's good. Man, it was so good. I didn't have nothing to say.
I love her all day, too. I was like, man, I'm going to get her back, too, man.
Okay, you got to say it. You know. You got your one.
You know what? My favorite joke, and this is one when Three Company was right here, right? And they're talking about back in the days where my church suits and whatnot.
He was just like Kirk Franklin.
Yeah, man. And they were talking about some.
You guys don't know the youth pastor outfit.
Oh, stop it! I can't. I cannot.
Yeah.
Give him music ministry.
Yep.
I cannot.
Oh my God. Y'all, they were so funny.
Yeah, watch the episodes, y'all. Y'all want to see the roast of Brandon Gates? Watch the episode.
When Barry said he was like, "Yeah, it's giving RoboCop," and it just broke the ice.
Oh yeah,
he bionic arm, or he got a digital. Oh my God, it was hilarious, and it just broke the ice because it was one of those. Did we say something? Did we not? And he just jumped out the gate with it like, "I'm high, so yeah, I'm RoboCop today." And it was like, you know what? It's gonna flow, man. Oh my goodness.
And you know, and I know you went there for B Titty or whatnot. What? Like he was hilarious though, man. He was talking about how, just how his origin story or whatnot, how he came up with his name, and like it was funny, man. I ain't gonna say it because it was, you know what I'm saying.
I'll say it. It was like cup sizes relative. His real name was Brian Tidwell, as he said. Go back and check the episode because you get the real joke. Because I'm not as funny as him. Also, you can catch him on Improv. He does a lot of out of state tours, and he will be hosting our next dating game for Sweetest Day. But he had a cousin. I want to say we're gonna say the cousin's name is Cornelius, but they was B Titty and C Titty in grade school all throughout their like lifetime. So that became his moniker, and it kind of just stuck in a good way. But shout out to you, Brian.
Shout out to that brother right there.
Oh my goodness gracious! I think another good funny one was Stoney. She is just naturally hilarious.
Oh yeah.
She just anything she say, it makes me giggle.
And you know what, Q?
I was just about to say.
Shout out to Q, man. Q was hilarious. He bust out the kufi and everything. He
Love
was
the
like,
brother Q?
Yes, he was like, we got white wine out there? Oh no, y'all put the white wine back. Bring out that.
History, man. It was everywhere.
right.
And then he made a joke about you being a real estate and the master.
Oh yeah. He said, what do you call the
biggest room in the house?
Biggest room in the house. a master bedroom. Oh yeah, put the hat on there. He's like, really, brother, really?
He was really cool.
Yeah, no, shout out to Q, man, and he came and guest host Go episodes too.
He
you
did,
know?
and shout out to you. Because every time I swear I'm gonna pull up, I was like, yeah, they got it.
No, we had some great times with great people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's always a good time.
That's the thing.
Next is K for knowledge, y'all. We drop so many gems on this podcast. It don't matter what industry you in, where you at in life, even if you're not ready to start your podcast, you're gonna get something from every single episode. Knowledge. What is your favorite gem dropped on this whole thing?
I'm gonna go first because shout out to Shayla Turner, Conscious Consulting. She dropped so many different episodes. I had to watch the episode twice. It was just that good. And she dropped everything from marketing, branding, how to create your own ebook, how to do, you know what I'm saying, like so many things. And I gotta say, I get something for every episode, but her episode was just so packed. It was like a literally a masterclass on these things and whatnot. So when you get a chance to check that out, but I gotta say one episode that I personally rewatched more than once and whatnot. So shout out to our guests because they're giving y'all the whole sauce. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's true.
I would have to say Sade.
Oh yeah, Sade. That was a good one too.
One
Yep.
of our only non-profit representatives that we interviewed.
Yeah.
A lot of knowledge. Go check it out.
Yeah.
Which one was that? Relevant Connections?
Relevant Connections.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. Okay, I feel like it should stay on this side. Alright, do not laugh. I'm gonna say Tone Robinson was probably the most knowledgeable one for me because it actually changed my it actually changed my whole mindset on even the thought of wanting to do an investment property versus actually buying a property.
Shout out to Tone, man.
Because I am actually in the midst of looking for a home, and I was wondering why God had been shutting so many doors. Maybe it might be because I'm looking in the wrong direction.
There you go.
And I think that helped point me in the right path.
That's it.
So I liked. Okay, so for sure, I loved Sharita.
Oh yeah, shout out to Sharita, man.
When she jumped on, she talked about her branding strategy. She used to go to Kim's Wings, look at all the posting of the flyers and business cards, and make them flyers and business cards that actually look like people wanted to buy them. Send it to them, and then if you want to pay me, you can. But that was the way she built her clientele. I love that.
A gem.
I love man,
that
I
was a great
loved. What's my boxer?
Coach T?
Coach T!
Yeah, Coach T.
No.
That was a good one too.
That was my favorite.
Yeah,
so Coach T dropped so much throughout his entire
He
episode.
did. He did.
But one of the things he really made me focus on was the opportunity to come back from whatever you've been through and how you can use that to enrich. A lot of people shy away from those origin stories because it's not as pretty or it don't sound like something that the average typical person would say. And Coach T jumped in like, yeah, no, I'm not that guy. You really don't want to play with me. But I took that instead of just fighting everybody else. I'm teaching these kids. I'm giving to these kids. I'm putting them in HBO and all this other stuff and giving them the opportunity to not only protect themselves but also prosper for themselves. So I really, really love the way his whole episode flowed. The conversations. That's another one I missed. I had COVID, y'all. I wasn't just skipping out. But that was another one I missed. But I watched that episode maybe like 3 or 4 times. And then of course Angel. You can't even talk about put up experience.
Shout out to Angel,
My
man.
mother called me and was like, "Did you see this episode?" Like I was there. For sure I was there. But yes, I did go back with my notebook. I had a hustle and skill notebook when she left. And I went back and wrote down so many of her gems when it came to just piss poor planning and proper preparation.
Yeah, push some P.
She really nailed it, and she's great at just speaking. And she made sure that we heard her that day. So those are and my last one, y'all. I'm sorry. We had gems. Sharkia.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Sharkia was one for me.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
She changed my whole paradigm, man.
Brendan, I ain't gonna say what Brendan did after the episode, but Brendan absolutely, like Brittany changed her whole mind about life, so did Brandon.
Yeah.
But Sharkia, once you get past her beauty, because she's physically hard to like not look at, but once you get past just looking at her and listening, Oh my gosh, she is like such a gift. Her marketing tactics when it came to growing her business, growing her boutique. She said that she was on Section 8 but still had billboards, and even they was like, wait a minute, how you coming in here for heat but you doing this and doing that? I see you. And she's continued to build, and the way she is as a person, she's a natural giver. Yeah. You could tell just that's her spirit. But she does so much with her children, and just the story of her son, she really was dope to me. And that was the first time I had met her. I wasn't really privy to her. I knew of her, but I didn't know her. And that was my first time I had that real conversation with her. But she dropped so much just on business, life, relationships. And I will be forever indebted to her because her episode was like A1.
It was.
And Candy. But I ain't gonna keep going because every single episode I get something. But I can't. I'll be remiss. Candy from injection, her injections, and Candy on Closet. Oh my God. Go back and watch both episodes. When I tell you, she laid the whole thing down, and for her to be so educated, like, she really don't need businesses. She's a nurse practitioner or something like that. Like, she's up there with her nursing. She really don't need businesses, but the fact that she has at least 2 successful businesses, she runs them, she knows about customer appreciation, she knows what to do, she is perfect when it comes to educating you instead of just selling to you. She explains to you why you need her product or service, or why it would be beneficial to you for you to add to your routine. And I love her. Like, she's just a good, genuine person, and that just, she one of the people you just see and want to hug real tight, and she hug back. She is amazing. So Candy, I love you. I will just come spend some money. I need to get this turkey neck together and a new outfit.
She is heading the health and wellness portion of the festival too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she is heading the health and wellness portion.
And I'm done, y'all. I ain't gonna say no more, but we have some good ones.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely agree. Definitely acknowledging every episode, every time I come. I think the biggest thing for me, just in my business period, that I took from everybody, just pretty much it's never gonna be a right time to start, to go, to get what you need to get done. So just doing it, and I think working with you guys and being a part of this really pushed me to just really get into my stuff. You know, being on it, networking, because you know I could be a shy person, you know, or not.
So I hear from your big brother, you know what I'm saying, trying to, no? Alright, I'm sorry.
Shout out to my big brother. Shout out to my big brother.
We're so sorry you had to deal with this all your life. For sure, we're sorry.
That's a whole nother episode. Yeah. Yeah, shout out to Brandon for sure, for bringing me on and just blossoming in that aspect of my business. Because if it hadn't been for him, me helping with the podcast, I probably wouldn't have done other things. So, yeah, shout out to all the guests, and just, everybody's been great. I get knowledge on every episode, so I can't pinpoint just one thing, just to do it. Because you might fail, but you're going to get up and you're gonna keep going. Yeah. Because what did they say? Somebody said on here, it's not a failure, it's always a lesson. You're either going to learn or, I think, prosper. So it was something like that. Like, it's never a failure. You're going to learn or something. It's a lesson or something. I'm sorry whoever said that. But it was something to that effect.
But the principle was there, though.
Yes.
See, you got
it. Before I want to shout out Michelle, Brittany, because this is what people know about the podcast. I be seeing stuff on people, and I try to push them towards greatness. That's the honest truth. You know what I'm saying? I remember seeing Michelle. I'm like, Michelle, man, you do this for real. You know what I'm saying? Do your business. Nah. All right, hey, I need help in that. And you know what I'm saying? And shout out to her because she helped us in that. And in that came out something greater. Yeah. Same thing for Brittany. I'm like, hey, Brittany, you might help us with the podcast one time. Oh yeah, I'll come one time. As you hear 20 episodes, 30, 40 episodes later or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's doing our own podcast. So God is good, you know what I'm saying? So
I offer my services. First of all, I offer my services.
I mean, but no.
I'm so glad you did.
But you know what I'm saying? Though.
I can do that. I got what you're saying.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But God is good. That's what I'm saying. God is good, you know what I'm saying?
For sure, yeah.
With it from the youth pastor. For sure. Hey, man. Classic collection play. Take some building.
Oh, man. I can't. My kid is back, man.
I'm just drinking blood.
The comeback is just, it's real. It's
like it's so many jewels dropped on every episode. Coach T is one that definitely stood out to me. Also positive energy, and just because of the fact that those episodes were, you know, we all go through a struggle to become entrepreneurs, but those episodes were, you know, they really, really had to come back to get to where they were. They really had to come back to get to where they were. And, you know, I feel like people from all aspects of life can understand that. That gives them the motivation to say, hey, you know, they did this, went through this, and that, and they came back and they're successful. And I think that the Coach T episode, like you said, giving back to the youth and ministering to them to be able to, in real life, to be able to show them, hey, I did this, and this, and I'm here, right here with you, to show them that they don't have to go that way. To me, that's so important for the youth. So those were some of the standout episodes to me. All the ones you mentioned, Candy, Sharkia, behind the scenes with Sharkia, because we stayed here for a long time and we had so much more conversation just about life in general and things that we go through. Candy, I mean, she is phenomenal. She is so cold into everything, and she's on top of it. Do you know what I'm saying? She has all these things and juggling all these things, and she is on top of it. Love her for that. Rhonda is one of my favorites. Rhonda is one of my favorites because, you know, I know her story and everything, and she shared her story and everything she did to get there, and it's like, she just gets so much love because she makes you feel that way. She makes her places very inviting. It's a family situation, so it's very inviting. She's right there when you come through that door. No matter when you come in there, Rhonda, I see you. Hello. You know what I'm saying? Go get your hug. So, but everybody really has so much to offer for every episode. There's so many jewels dropped, and everybody's story, you can take a piece of it for your own thing. If you want to go that route as far as entrepreneurship or just life in general. Life in general.
That's for sure.
Yeah, and I appreciate that about the show and the guests.
TPUE University.
University. I definitely be going to school. I be taking my notes. That's why I asked all the questions I asked. I really be wanting to know.
She was, hey,
and I go back and watch them.
Hey, y'all be keep it all the way real. Marquita be really be watching episodes for real. She'll call me like, you trying to drive.
I would tell her in a heartbeat, y'all was dry. Y'all need some melanin. It's too light skin out here. I be so serious. I be watching. I support even from behind the camera. But I love this podcast, and it's one of my favorite podcasts. And not just because I'm
biased.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I take notes. Like I got a pull-up experience notebook, and I really like sit back and watch. Like, okay, dang, I definitely want to go make sure I buy this. I definitely want to make sure when they doing this, I support them. I write down the dates when people doing stuff. I try to support as much as I can. Just pull up on them. My pull-up game's strong. Yeah, and I got critiques because I'm gonna tell Brandon ain't no replacing me because he be every time I look at somebody new on the screen. I don't know what y'all think this was, but this is not that.
But what you're telling me is, so I hear you saying that I'm a better interviewer than you.
See, again, and his comprehension is not there clearly, so we gotta work on it. Just bear with us. Thank y'all for y'all patience. We've been really appreciating that. What's some of your gems, Angie?
I got two. My first one is definitely Roscoe No E.
Oh yes, that was
fire.
Definitely fire. I know she hit on mine, and I was like, that was fire. It was a great episode.
Roscoe No E definitely put me into like the world of thinking about a digital or a virtual type of business and investment for myself.
You was taking notes. I seen you.
She was taking notes.
And as soon as it ended, like as soon as we left, took our picture, we left. I hopped on that like immediately. Like I hopped onto the blockchain, started learning about like different types of ways to make money virtually, trying to get my business outside of just being a physical, either brick and mortar or just being
that's
like.
That's what I'm talking about.
Roscoe, definitely know what you're talking about.
That was a great one.
And my second one, I don't know if her name is Miss V, but like she had like glasses and like dreads.
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah. Creative Healing Foundation.
Yes. I'll tell you, she was, I don't know what she was saying, but I definitely wrote it down. Like, I was just scribbling. Like, she was talking, I was like, this is something I gotta know. Everything she said, something I gotta know.
She did.
Yeah, those are my two.
I love it. So that brings me to our next one. We are on letter L, y'all. We halfway through the alphabet. Our next one is lifelong friends. So one thing about having a dope podcast, especially in this city of Cleveland, you get the opportunity to meet so many people. And y'all, you F with us, you stuck with us. You know what I'm saying? Period. So it's a whole lot of lifelong friends that we meet by doing this podcast, by doing the events. Who are some of your favorite people who you're like, I didn't know you before I started doing this, but I would never forget you?
Can I start again?
I'll start.
It's only two people in the kid didn't know.
Time out.
Plug,
y'all about to say, can we say that? Can we say that on episode 150? Y'all want to talk about majority of our guests when we first started out was from Nakia. Beyonce. You know what I'm saying?
When I tell you she one of them, I put my friends on type people, we knew her from the Speed Network. And she was like, you don't know this, hold on, let me just text real quick. I'm going to put you on a group chat. Y'all better do it.
Absolutely.
Like, oh no, we're going to do this. Can you come on with us? Because we didn't bring the flowers yet, but we were going to buy you some wine, but we didn't want to know because you made it. So we had a whole conversation, and then we just... She got stuck with us.
And I love how her friends came our friends, you know what I'm saying? Because Rhonda's family now.
Rhonda's family, Edith. There's so many people who just randomly was like, I'm going to do it because of Nikki. Right. And then left like, oh, you're like so bad.
Right.
No, I was going to touch on that earlier, but I didn't want to. I know this is probably on the list, but I feel like one of the most important parts of the pull-up experience to me is, of course, everybody having a platform to tell us about your business and open our viewers up to knowing who you are and for us to all support. But I think one of the most important parts is that supporting each other, and you can go back in the Rolodex and say, hey, I need somebody to do this, or I need to hire somebody to do this and do that. Like, it's there. And I feel like all of the people that have met each other, we become friends and we know each other and we call on each other, not just for if we need something, but just to check on each other. We will hang out with each other. We'll do all of that. And I think that to me is like keeping it in the family. Keeping it in the family and constantly growing the family. And it's important, and I love that about it. So I can't say one person, because I feel like at some time, at some point, we all are together. We all get together and we all acknowledge each other and all support each other. That's where I'm at with that one.
Okay. I was actually thinking like, oh man, who am I gonna say? Like, I already knew that person.
You can say somebody you already know.
Oh, I was gonna say that, but I was like, no, I already know them. But honestly, Alien, bro. And I didn't know when to give you your flowers. I didn't know fake, though. I didn't know when to give you your flowers. And I'm like, everybody talk about me this how we met Alien. Like, bro, I didn't know you from a can of paint. Hit you up randomly one night. They were like, find somebody. True? Yes, I was like, okay, someone that start with an A. So I'm gonna just start in my Instagram. Someone that start with an A. Alien, I photo popped up. I was like, I don't even know you for real. Feel me? And I was like, someone that I work with, someone I can always talk to, they're like, yeah, just find someone that you can, like, you know, if the work gets too much, you know, someone that you can, like, talk to. Lifelong friends is them, bro. See, fashion shows, ain't even know it. Photography, fashion shows. I saw you at the one thing. I was like, oh, snap, you're here. You're like, yeah.
Time out. Can I say what's about Steve? Every time we get somebody guest, I'm like, Steve know them too?
Steve has so many circles. He be in poetry, clearly photography and videography, but poetry, you know, alternative hobbies, right, music. Steve is so like a new age Renaissance man. You know, everybody. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think it blew me when you knew my ex-husband. I'm like, I never want to mention him. Not on purpose. But I never once mentioned him. He's like, I know your husband, your ex-husband. I'm like, how? Like, never mentioned him. He's like, music. It's like, yeah, there it is. That's all you had to say. One word.
Yeah. Marquita, I saw you drinking that.
I wasn't ready. She didn't prep me for this. She never said that before we started filming. I wasn't ready. Oh my God. What about you, Shay?
I'm gonna say you guys.
Yeah.
Aww.
For real.
Michelle said I can come to the Gates family cookout. Brenda be hating. But Michelle said I can pull up.
I'm saying you got photos and videography. You got real estate. You got winery. You got the. She just got all over business and really, like
with the banking, so finance.
Yes, I mean I can't. Yes, I mean what? I got all of it.
Best circle to have.
Yes, lifelong.
I liked some of our earlier people who believed in us before we was like.
That's a fact.
That's
a fact.
Yeah, right.
That's a fact.
Dia Bailey, she is amazing.
Shout out to Dia.
Yes.
Oh my God, Cartwright.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to say her favorite episode because we had a good time with Julius.
We had a great time with
Julius.
Julius. We did. That was a great interview. We touched on a lot of things.
Did. We had 2 episodes with that. We had 2 episodes on one night because it was so good.
We did, because we did the back end. That's when we first started doing the back end. We jumped back in the podcast. Who else is somebody I would love for life? Oh, I just had it on the tip of my tongue. But we had some great people. Gosh, Doggett. Why can't I say your name? What is her name?
The 2 you wines again to you.
It is, and it's great.
I'm not allowed to tell you. The 2 you wines. It's hitting, man. It's hitting, man.
What is this lady name? And do not charge my head, not my heart. Edith. That's her name.
Yes.
Decorate. When she sat down, she talked about being in both cities, because she's in Atlanta. She's doing both houses, so Atlanta and Cleveland, and she was talking about just navigating that space with her children, her husband, her business partners, because they were actually friends.
Yeah.
And that was a great episode for me. But it's so many people who I didn't realize I needed to have those conversations with until they just sat down in our chairs and we just started talking, and it just never stopped. And it was it's never gonna be a day that you're doing something or you're telling me you're doing something or you reach out in your DMs. And then my 3 most favorite people I would never not mess with when it comes to business, anything outside of the podcast. Lele, I learned her from Steve, but she does all of our events with videography, 360 photo booths. Go and spend some money with her because you will get a copy of everything. She is professional. She's on time. She has great stuff. And anybody who I've ever put her on with, especially the organizations I'm a part of, everybody still uses her for their own stuff, even outside of me, which is amazing. Nice. Kanisha. Before we had anything, when we wanted to look like a real podcast, Kanisha has legit everything you can think of when it comes to business, when it comes to growing. She did my business shower. It's my baby shower for my business. And she did a whole bay table for me for my gifts, and it was the letters on top of the glass. She came, set it up. She had to leave. She came back, bought me a gift, still came back, did the takedown. She is one of the most amazing people, and so many people contact me for her information because she does great with the marquee letters, marquee numbers, anything that you could use to decorate your space. And the last person is Cam. We love him for his open mic.
Oh, how did we forget Cam?
Yeah, you're right.
Not put him in earlier is what I'm saying.
Anything when it
Cam
comes to
is great. He supports.
He supports.
Oh, yeah.
He show up.
Yes,
he will come in the beginning. He will stay for your takedown. He will walk you through the process. If he can't stay, he's going to make sure somebody is managing you throughout the whole event. He is excellent when it comes to hospitality. He is unmatched.
He's a great guy. And wait a minute, let's talk about his episode.
Man,
that was a great episode.
That's when we really realized that TPUE wine.
That's when we figured it out. That the TPUE wine.
That was secret sauce.
That I will never forget it. He was like, I'm feeling freaky.
Hey, Tom,
he said it on camera.
Well, I was like, I know you're not about the Macarena.
He like, what?
This Canada come episodes.
And he did one of the last few episodes.
Yes, and the funny thing said where 2 wines at.
He was like, you better sip your wine.
No episode without some wine.
He was like, where the wine at? Where the wine at? I'm like, dang, bro. He's like, yeah. And we interviewed this girl. Oh my goodness. He's like, yeah. That to you wise hit later on the night. I'm like, yeah.
That's right, because he bought a couple bottles after his episode.
That was a funny episode. We had fun.
Oh, that was a great episode. But yeah, those are my people. Yeah. All of y'all are for real. So.
Yeah.
But them was the ones I would never not support. They call me, I'm going to, if I'm in town, I'm coming for sure.
Good stuff.
Who you think about, Brittany?
Well, you know, I came on the back end of all these episodes, so I'm trying to think. I don't know. For the most part, everyone we've had, I have learned something from. I've made sure I follow. I make sure that I, in some way, shape, or form, try to, you know, support and just been encouraged by them. So it's hard to really just pinpoint one that, you know, is like a lifelong, because now I just feel like we locked in gang.
Gang. I know, gang.
I'm checking your stories. I'm in there. We DM and every once in a while, depending on what the subject is, and you know, we just staying in touch, because I don't never want you to think it was like a one and done ever.
Yeah, that's what's up. I don't know. I'm with Marquis, like the people who was there for us in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the kids. Shout out to Dad and Teresa. Shout out to
Dad and Teresa. I'm so sorry, cousins.
Yeah.
Dad and Teresa for sure. Absolutely.
We done had babies together. We are.
We have
Teresa.
baby.
We got baby out there.
We are holding babies during the network event. You know
Jasmine is my baby.
Yeah, no. And like, it's stuff like that, because like you said, in the beginning, like, the sad part about, we had to reach out to people, you know what I'm saying, in the beginning. And they was like, yeah, hell yeah, I'll be on, yeah. And now everybody DMs like, when can I be on?
Us. Yeah.
What Mike Jones said, you know what I'm saying?
They don't want me, no.
And like, for me,
no, for real.
I'm not gonna lie, because like you know what I'm saying, my phone will light up and somebody like, hey man, I want to reach out to you, or somebody I want to put on or whatnot, or I need actual real estate. And like you say, it's a camaraderie now, you know what I'm saying? Like I know I say in the post, I say TPUE alumni, but it's real, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody who's been a podcast is part of the family now, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that we can reach out, or they can reach out to us, is just, it's a beautiful thing. And it shows that Cleveland can collaborate. And nothing else we already
no question. No question.
We definitely knocking down stereotypes.
Exactly. I want to boast. I say we
put your chest out.
You know what? You know what? I'm getting to you. I'm about to get real Kanye West with it. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like you know what I'm saying, we started something amazing.
Great.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? No one else to do it, because we collaborate with so many different groups. You know what I'm saying? So many
every
different
level
sides.
of entrepreneurship.
You know what I'm saying? And like they had no choice but to fall behind it. Like, hey, we doing it. You know what I'm saying? You might as well get in line with it. You know what I'm saying?
Because they watch. People are watching, and people are
Yeah.
taking notes about what you have to say and learning from you. And it's just a great way to expose your business and expose who you are. Excuse me, and not to say that you don't already have a following or you don't already have customers, but if we all get on here and we all support each other, it's just a, you know, and the family just gets bigger and bigger.
It's getting bigger and bigger, gooder and gooder.
Good. No.
It's not gonna stick.
It's gonna stick.
It's not.
Y'all mess around on top of the episode, gooder and gooder.
No, we're gonna make it. Stop trying to make fetch happen.
No. Is it bad that I kind of like that as a title though?
Gooder and gooder.
I feel like
They gonna look at that like,
You
what
don't
is
gotta.
that?
See, Brittany too nice. That's why I like it. No, you're not. That's not even a word. It's not a red squigglies.
Look,
You don't want no red squigglies.
Let me find your video.
Get it to me.
Right, video not found.
Not in the search history or nothing. Like,
I missed y'all, man.
I know.
I mean, man, listen, man. You got a real family union, man.
Yeah. What about you, Steve? Who your lifelong friends? Who you know for sure you're gonna rock with?
Y'all, for
Two
sure.
There ain't no question.
Yeah, for sure. The two of you.
No question. We all locked in.
Shout out to Arlo. Definitely. I remember we followed each other. I'm like, oh, I gotta work with you, and then you hit me up about the podcast. Thank you.
Shout out to you for just trusting a vision. Because I know
Yeah,
Steve
yeah,
had
no,
to be
come on,
like,
man, Steve,
what the cuss
man.
word? Them first
Because
couple
we were
episodes.
broke. We were broke. We didn't have no money.
We had no
were
money.
Like, Steve, can you come on?
And then can you come play all your free time?
Right.
Can we just have?
We were like, okay, well, we have one here. This day. Like, we didn't have a dime. Like, can you just, look out for us?
They see the vision though, man. So shout out to Steve, man. And yeah, man. Shout out to Steve.
Shout out to all our guests.
Absolutely. Shout out to y'all.
And the viewers.
They family.
Yeah.
And the viewers. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And the
You
viewers.
can't forget.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So show those
Definitely
viewers
shout
becoming
out.
our guests. So
Yeah, and that's pretty much how it go too.
Man, y'all send them DMs, they be like, man, let them get on.
Let them get on, man.
Let them get on, man. Like can't get here. The next thing I want to do, drop some games. So a lot of people, it might seem like a labor of love, but to be honest, this has been one of the best ways to promote our business. So I really want to jump on marketing and monetization, specifically monetization, because it was one of the big milestones we hit before we hit about 6 months. I think we were like 4 or 5 months in, and we hit monetization on YouTube. So shout out to all the viewers, as we've said before. But for Mr. Backend, make it happen. Break down what's needed for monetization, because I think that's huge within our, before even hitting 6 months of filming and putting up the podcast. Because at first we were holding on to them for like 3 months.
Yeah, we definitely were.
When we said we not pointing no elbow. But since then, as you know, you'll blink and it's up. But Mr. Show Notes, how does monetization work on a YouTube side? What is the very minimum you need?
So before, then this is before they changed the algorithm, it was 1,000 hours. And it was, you have to have so many subscribers. And I like to think consistency was always our secret sauce, you know what I'm saying? Because we were consistently putting up episodes, but not only just episodes, we would put up great titles to each episode. We have great show notes. We gave a little detail to every episode. And once again, I like to think the clip art. Yeah. Clip art has gotten better, you know what I'm saying? If I do say so myself, I know I was kind of biased.
Because somebody gave him a template.
I was like, someone did. I ain't gonna say who.